This is Manchester. Cold, wet, dreary, but magnificent. And home to the biggest sporting club in the world, Manchester United. We've won the league a record 20 times. And 11 FA Cups? Yeah, that's a record too. Our ground is Old Trafford, the theatre of dreams. The place you go to really make a name for yourself.
Oh, brilliant! That is sensational!
Sir Alex may have gone, but Moyes is after his own knighthood. So we'll keep on winning.
Rooney! That's a fabulous finish.
Because we are Manchester United. And we're here in Australia to take on the A-League's best.
Brett Emerton, All-Star.
Ante Kovic, All-Star.
Besat Berisha, All-Star.
One of our old boys was the competition's first big star. But now the league's full of them.
What a finish! What a goal!
Players we know will push us all the way.
Oh, what a goal! That is magnificent!
England's champions against Australia's finest. Now, let's see what you've got. Most importantly, come on, United!
Oh yes, the most famous football club in the world, arguably one of the most powerful sports brands on the planet. Ryan Giggs, the Welsh Wizard, they're all here. Robin van Persie, Rio Ferdinand, a United legend. There's nothing like the Red Devils, and they've come to play, and they'll be very keen for a win. And David Moyes, who fills the giant shoes of the legendary Sir Alex Ferguson, and Ange Postecoglou, who'll be coaching the A-League All-Stars after a spectacular A-League season. Brett Emerton, he's had plenty of battles in his previous stint in the EPL against Man U. And can they do what the Thai All-Stars did to United last weekend and beat the mighty Manchester United? This is history tonight, everyone. They haven't been here since 1999. A big crowd expected, around about 80,000 plus fans, and a global television audience. Our pictures right here on 7 are going to the world. The moment has arrived. Your commentator is Robbie Thompson.
Welcome to Sydney's Olympic Stadium, Australia's very own theatre of dreams, for the space of one evening. On the menu, a veritable feast for the 80,000 plus football fans down under to witness firsthand the biggest football club in the world take on our country's best. It's Manchester United against the A-League All-Stars. The last time the Red Devils visited our shores, they did so on the back of an historic treble. The English Premier League, the FA Cup, and of course the Champions League. But today, it's the dawn of a new era for the club known as the Red Devils. For the first time in 26 years, they embark on a new season without Sir Alex Ferguson at the helm. Back in '86, he took over a slumbering giant of the British game and took them to the very pinnacle of the sport. Last May, they lifted a record 20th Premier League crown. The club, valued at nearly $3.5 billion, an annual wage bill that nudges $350 million. The likes of George Best, Bobby Charlton, David Beckham, Eric Cantona, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Australia's very own Mark Bosnich. All champions to have worn the famous shirt, and tonight they're up against the A-League All-Stars. In goal, Ante Kovic. Across the back, we're expecting a three-man central defence of Topor Stanley, Beecham and Bogart, with Pej Bojic, now with Sydney FC, but a champion with the Mariners, and Josh Rose, the two fullbacks, pushing up into midfield. Michael Bridges, Liam Miller and Brett Emerton in the middle of the park, and then three of the most creative and potent strikers in the country.
Yeah, it is. It's great to see that Ange is actually going for a 3-4-3 formation. They're not going to sit back and make the game boring with a 5-4-1 and try and get a result. And it's great to see that Ange is going out there and giving the boys license to go and show themselves. So I'm really looking forward to seeing Brescia and Bryce up front giving the Manchester back four a run for the money.
Well, there is the coin toss towards our Japanese referee for this evening, Toma Masaki. Patrice Evra, the Frenchman, the former French World Cup captain as well, back in 2010, is captaining his side this evening. A shake of the hand for Brett Emerton, who he'll know from his time in the Premier League as well.
And here we see the Manchester United lineup. I think we're going to see a 4-4-1-1 from Manchester. We'll have Patrice Evra and Raphael playing as the full-backs. We'll see Phil Jones and Rio Ferdinand in the centre-half roles. And then the midfield, we're going to be looking, obviously, Cleverley, Carrick, Lingard and Zaha. The abundance of talent in there speaks for itself. And Walbeck up as the 9, I would say, and basically giving Ryan Giggs the freedom in behind Zaha to get on the ball, do what he wants, and basically have the licence and freedom to run all over the park. And I'm really excited by this tonight.
Well, it is a celebration of football here, which will be directed by our Japanese referee, Toma Masaki. He's being assisted by two local linesmen, Paul Centrangolo and David Walsh. Ange Postecoglou, who has made no bones right from the very start about taking this game to the English champions. And there is just a little bit of pressure starting to mount on the shoulders of David Moyes as well. It's not easy shoes to fill, those of Sir Alex.
It's not at all, and it's a job that nobody really wanted to admit that they wanted it, but you're not going to turn down the Manchester United job, are you?
We are underway in Sydney's Olympic Stadium. The A-League All-Stars in their blue strip, with the match of a lifetime for many of them, to take on the reigning English champions, Manchester United, in front of a packed house, over 80,000 tickets sold before kick-off. A great chance for the locals to measure themselves and to measure just how far the sport has come under the A-League in 8 seasons. And a first challenge on the German, Thomas Broich, who's playing in that attacking left midfield position. Besart Berisha, the Albanian top scorer 2 seasons ago in the A-League as Brisbane won the league. Ball over the top, one for Welbeck to chase. And as we suspected, Michael, it is a 4-4-1-1 formation with Giggs playing up alongside or just behind Danny Welbeck.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. Ryan Giggs, we all know what he's capable of, and he's showed over the years that he's a fast guy and he's got the engine and the energy. But with the young lads around him now, they've got the energy and they bring a new game. And Giggs is just magic on the ball now, so he'll be looking to get on it and create things and let the other boys do the running.
And we just saw a little glimpse of one of them there, Wilfred Zaha. Sir Alex Ferguson's last ever signing back in January. He spent the remainder of last season at Crystal Palace, helped them up back to the Premier League, won Championship Player of the Year as well. And yet such is the quality of this Manchester United side. There's talk at the moment he could be heading out on loan.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, listen, Zaha did what he did last season with Crystal Palace. Not many people will have heard of this boy. This is a kid for the future, and you tell me that how many signings Alex Ferguson's made that have been bad buys. You know, they've shown a lot of faith in this boy, and they see a bright future. And if you're not going to get a game at Manchester United because of the likes of your Van Persies, your Giggs, your Rooneys, it's good to get these lads out on loan to get game time, and they don't just rot away in the reserves.
Broich exchanges passes with Berisha and finds Josh Rose, whose raiding runs were a feature of the Central Coast Mariners. Now McGlinchey, the Kiwi who learnt his trade in Scotland with Celtic, and he had a standout season in the A-League last year. Wins the first corner of the match. It goes the way of the home side. And this is one of the key elements of the game that David Moyes will have been working on as well in pre-season, defending corners, these set pieces. It's front post. Topol Stanley had the chance and plenty of space to get a touch. And now Bowick on the left foot. Well, there was stars in his eyes for a moment there.
A bit of a rush of blood early on in the game. He saw the headlights, he saw the headlines, and he thought, why not?
Raphael, whose twin brother sits on the bench this evening for Manchester United. playing at right back. Brazil international. There haven't been too many Brazilians that have made a name for themselves at Manchester United. A few in the squad now with the two twins, Rafael and Fabio, who would love to be first choice fullbacks at the side. And then of course there's Anderson as well in the middle of the park, who's struggled with injuries the last few seasons. Early ball forward for Giggs for the touch. Bogart is there.
Yeah, Anderson never really came on and did what he was meant to do when he first signed, because remember, he signed at the same time as Ronaldo.
Another player that there's been plenty of talk in the press that perhaps one day he may yet pull on the red shirt again. The man that was bought for 94 million euros by Real Madrid from Manchester United.
Wouldn't that be a fairy tale if he came back to Manchester? Oh.
Cleverly, Carrick looking to make some space in the middle of the park. He inherits possession now. He was one of the driving forces to the championship last season. Michael Carrick, the England international, 36 appearances out of 38. Only one man did better than that. And here he is, Carrick, getting in behind. A chance to cross. He was looking for the cutback. It comes straight off Nigel Bogart again. So a first corner of the game for the Red Devils.
Yeah, Michael Carrick came through the West Ham Academy with an Australian player, Richard Garcia, and the English boy, Joe Cole. They were all together at the Academy of West Ham. They've always bred and made great players. And there's another one of them in Michael Carrick. And again, Ferguson saw something in him. He wasn't the all-star player of the West Ham, and yet he's gone on to achieve great things.
Giggs takes it short with Zaha, gets it back. Chips it to the back post. It almost fell kindly there for the youngster, Jesse Lingard. That's Besart Berisha, who's back doing the defending. A local boy, Lingard, yet to make his first team debut in a competitive match, but getting a chance to show himself to David Moyes in this trip. The header! Rising at the back was Phil Jones. And a first save of the match for the Western Sydney Wanderer, Ante Kovic. Liam Miller just brushing Zaha off the ball there. Liam Miller, I guess, Michael, more than any other all-star player, is not going to be overawed by this evening. He was signed as potentially the future Roy Keane, wasn't he, at Manchester United at the time? Didn't really make it in the end, just 9 matches for the first team.
Yeah, it was sad for Liam. I mean, listen, he's a great player. He achieved great things at Celtic Football Club. Manchester United saw that he was a tremendous talent. And unfortunately for Leon, injuries got the better of him. He didn't play as many games as he would have liked or should have done.
There's Giggs. Finds Welbeck with the shot, and it's another save from Kovic, who made himself big at the front post. Danny Welbeck, who needs a couple of goals for his confidence as well.
Great little bit of play here. If you watch the movement of Welbeck, he sees the player behind him. He lets it go for the dummy, and then straight away he's trying to get him behind the back four there. That was a good bit of play.
Giggs again with the corner towards the penalty spot, and it was just about a free header there for the captain, Patrice Evra.
He's not known for his aerial ability, Patrice, but he seemed to get it well there.
Stepping on the ball and almost handing it over in a dangerous part of the field. Emerton with Bowick again. Liam Miller. Emerton back for Bowick. Already a strong pressing game from Manchester United, forcing their way up the field and forcing the All-Stars to try and play their way out of a tight spot. Now Rafael. He's got Zaha ahead of him. Plenty of blue shirts back though, and Manchester United have to come back out. Jones to Evra. Lingard ahead of him. Ball back for Evra, who was starting well second best there, but almost made it. Beecham across in cover. In these early stages already, just in the 8th minute, and already nearly 70% of the ball is at the feet of those wearing red. Oh, and there's a dangerous back pass as well. Michael Beecham Who's taking another chance there as he finds his clubmate at the Wanderers in Kovic, who looks long only as far as Rio Ferdinand.
They're just finding it hard at the moment, the All-Stars, to get out of their half. They're absorbing a lot of pressure here, but they're still comfortable. You saw Butchum sweeping up there at the back, and you know they're just trying to play their way out of trouble now. It's good to see that they want to get the ball down and start making some passes and not just go long. So it's interesting to see how they can get out of their half.
Bogard now with Topo Stanley. He's forced a little longer towards Thomas Broich, who wants the throw and gets it. It'll be for Josh Rose. Thomas Broich, Johnny Warren medalist 2 seasons ago as he led Brisbane to the A-League title.
Superb player, superb, and such a hard player to play against. You never know what Thomas is going to do on the ball. He's capable of anything.
I guess if there were going to be some nervy moments for the All-Stars, it was to be these opening minutes with Manchester United right on top with Welbeck. Support from Raphael. They're queuing up in the middle as well. He whips the ball in hard. And there's a sign of just the dominance of Man United at the moment. McGlinchey, who's playing up front, back in his own box, dispossessed. Cleverly's chipped through. Just a little too heavy. Another one to have come through the ranks. Tom Cleverly.
Yeah, they seem to do it time and year after year, don't they? They're producing all these great talents, and like you say, the Beckham, the Scholes, the Giggs era, that's been the best they've ever produced. But Manchester's academy and setup is phenomenal, and they keep finding these wonder kids, and it's just great, and it keeps the club going with the money they generate.
And once again, you have to come back to Sir Alex Ferguson, don't we? The only coach that Ryan Giggs has ever had before this season at a professional level, and he's the one that brought those babes through at the time, wasn't it, as they were known in the early 90s.
I mean, listen, I think I've had about 11
Oh, beautifully left. He's in behind here now, Lingard! And Manchester United, with just 10 minutes on the clock, are 1-0 up.
It'll be interesting to have a look at that replay there to see what happened with the All-Stars back four. Whether it was a deflection or they just switched off. Oh no, it was a clever dummy. Very, very clever. I think that was Welbeck. He just gave it the old dummy. It went in between Butchum legs. Nothing he could do, and that's a accomplished finish. Lingard takes a touch, steps up, strokes a bottom corner. 1-0.
Well, the All-Stars, we were just saying this was the nervous period for them. They had to try and settle into the game, put their foot on it. And unfortunately, they've already paid the penalty for what looks like a few nerves in these early stages, an inability at the moment to play the ball out of their own half of the field. And the youngster, Jesse Lingard, scores his first ever goal for Manchester United, and there might be more to come here. Giggs with a little touchback. Welbeck unable to get on the end of it that time.
For me, the result means nothing tonight, though. I mean, you just need to look around the stadium. It's a full house. We've got so many people watching from around the country of Australia. We've got Manchester United on your shows. Everybody wants to see a result, but...
And there might be a chance here as well as Berisha gets it to Broich!
The
and
Brisbane
there was plenty of power on that one.
The Brisbane rope combination there. Love him or hate him with Berisha, you never know what you're going to get. But again, he's just set up Broich there, and this guy can play, and that's so unlucky.
Well, there are going to be opportunities against this Manchester United side. It's a new coach, it's a new season. There are a lot of players still missing from their squad. They've only been training for 10 days or so. So they're not quite the well-oiled machine that won their 20th Premier League title just 2 months ago. There will be opportunities, and interestingly there, it was the one-touch play, wasn't it? McGlinchey straight to Berisha, then straight to Broich.
Yeah, you can just see that. And the good thing is they were sharp, they reacted well. And like you say, Manchester are in pre-season, they're just getting the cobwebs out. And again, the All-Stars, they'll be in pre-season with their clubs as well. So they're not going to be firing on all cylinders like the Thailand team were that beat Manchester. But listen, they're going to get opportunities to score, and we've just seen one there. So hopefully there's a lot more to come.
And already a few little flicks and moves and dummies are coming out of the bag for Manchester United. Zaha again. Little nutmeg on Thomas Broich. He's the one normally doing the nutmegs, Thomas Broich.
He is. That's there's a few players that'll be happy that he's got a bit of his own medicine there, me included.
The former German under-21 international. He was promised a fantastic career in Germany, but he's really found his love for football back here in Australia. Well, that's normally what happens when you nutmeg a professional footballer. You end up on the ground, but this is a very promising free kick.
It was good to get a glimpse of what Zaha can do as well. There's just little...
As Giggs plays it in hard again, and it's Broich who flicks it up over his own crossbar. Another corner.
Yeah, I'm just saying Zaha there. It's interesting. You saw a little glimpse of what he's capable of doing, and obviously that's why Manchester United invested in him. So plenty more of that to come.
Giggs again. We've already seen them dangerous from these set pieces. It's another one. It was Evra flying through the air who missed it, and the ball bounced off Danny Welbeck. If anything, it's another corner. Well, Evra was arriving at that one. Welbeck really needs to assert himself at the front. We know that there's an unsettled Wayne Rooney at the side at the moment. There's potentially a big opening here for Danny Welbeck to play alongside or just behind Robin van Persie as it's cleared. Broich slides in. Here's Zaha. Opportunity beckoning for him perhaps. And the cross didn't look too bad off the boot until it clattered into the face of his teammate Phil Jones.
Yeah, but again, you can see what this boy's capable of. He's so sharp, he's so agile, and he can make defenders look fools at times. And it's again, he's going to be a great player.
Well, he impressed against the Thailand All-Stars in that 1-0 defeat.
The thing is, for Zaha, there's talk of him maybe going on loan. If he has a fantastic pre-season and he keeps doing what he's doing, he won't be going on loan. He'll be starting the Premier League games.
Emerton with Rose, trying to look ahead, looks for Broich, dispossessed by Raphael. Carrick for Cleverley. Well played. Oh, Bowick can't get past Evra, and there's a break on here again for Manchester United. They've got 5 forward in attack. Evra crosses, and Topor Stanley decides that anywhere is good enough.
He does what he does best. He cleans up. Anywhere will do for Topor Stanley.
Quarter of an hour gone. Manchester United in front in the 11th minute. Jesse Lingard on the score sheet. In it comes Evra again, and that is a second gilt-edged chance. Well, I don't think he's impressing David Moyes too much with his headering in an attacking sense, but he's finding the right positions.
He is, and the delivery of the crosses from the corners has been sensational. It's right into the area where the goalkeeper Kovac doesn't know whether to come and clear the ball or stay on his line, in the anticipation there. And like I say, Evra's got 2 clean chances, and thankfully he hasn't hit the target.
Well, he does have just 7 goals in his Manchester United career, a career that does extend over 334 competitive matches all the same. That has been another feature of this side over the last 27 years under Sir Alex Ferguson, and surely it will continue under David Moyes. It's just this ability to keep your players, a loyalty, a club spirit. They stay. Rio Ferdinand, a decade in the side now. Ryan Giggs, he played as a 17-year-old in the first team, his debut. Here he is, 40 in November, still here. The likes of Scholes, entire careers spent at this club.
But it's interesting. I saw an interview earlier on with Rio Ferdinand talking. If you're not producing the goods at Manchester United and you don't meet his expectations, you will be shown the door. Like your Berbatovs, like your Van Nistelrooys. Nobody's bigger than Manchester United, and Rio's right. Every day you've got to come into training with the right attitude and pass your knowledge on to the young kids and set examples. And the ones that do reap the benefits, and they're part of the Manchester United family for years to come.
Appeals for handball off the hand of Lingard, nothing given. In fact, it was Cleverley who was back robbing Pej Bowic of possession. Raphael being closed down by Besart Berisha. And back to that man that we were just talking about, Rio Ferdinand.
such a good character on and off the field as Rio Ferdinand. He's the heart and soul of the Manchester dressing room. He was the heart and soul of the Leeds United dressing room. And he's a character, but when he's serious, and he's a true pro. But he's one of the boys that always keeps people smiling.
Rose with Miller, who's just starting to see a little bit more of the ball now. Liam Miller, 2 excellent seasons with Perth Glory, now on the road to Brisbane Roar in this next A-League campaign. And all of a sudden, the All-Stars just are starting to find a little bit more space in the middle of the park.
Yeah, it's good. They're just moving the ball around nice and easy. It's nice little interchange of passes and looking for the opportunity down the channel there. But it's nice to see they're getting a feel of the ball. They're getting more possession. They're not letting Manchester dictate as much now. So they're finding their feet.
Again for Miller. Bogart stepping out of the centre of defence to offer a little anchor at the back of the midfield, perhaps. Here he is again. The big Adelaide United number 2. And now Broich. A bit of space here for Rose. Looking to deliver the cross. It came off Raphael. It could have gone anywhere. And Manchester United clean up. Oh, Topor Stanley's misjudged it. And a little bit lucky, perhaps, to get away with that. Danny Welbeck just raises the arms and looks towards the Japanese referee. Well, what was that for? Bowych with McGlinchey. Broich again. Topor Stanley with Miller. Berisha strongly challenged by Jones, but he has it back again. Just a loose pass from Thomas Broich. You can see the possession there now. It was up towards the 70% mark in favour of Manchester United, and just as we were saying, the All-Stars have weathered that early storm. They have conceded 1 goal, but look at the space here for McGlinchey again. They do have, with just 3 at the back, in theory, a numerical advantage in the middle of the park, so they should be able to find a bit of space. It's a good ball from Bowych for McGlinchey. Can he get there? He does so, and it's a first bit of work really this evening for Anders Lindegaard, the 29-year-old Manchester United keeper who plucked McGlinchey's cross out of the air.
It was a nice run by McGlinchey. He timed it really well, and just unfortunate that he didn't get the cross over Lingard because Berisha was just sniffing on the edge of the 6-yard box there.
Welbeck again, allowed to bring the ball under control. Carrick not afforded so much time by Liam Miller. Now here's Zaha, a little 1-2 with the goal scorer Lingard. This time Topor Stanley concedes the throw instead of the corner. It's taken quickly by Raphael. Good first time ball. Carrick for Lingard again. The All-Stars have it back and they look immediately forward towards Berisha. Brett Emerton gets there, nods it on into the path of Pej Bowych. There's no one in the middle at the moment for the A-League All-Stars, with Berisha out on the right. Here he is now, on the edge of the area, manages to hold on to it. If Berisha makes those wide runs, though, they don't really have a target to aim for in the middle, do they? Because McGlinchey and Broich aren't going to offer them.
I think that's one of the things that Ange will be looking at if Berisha does tend to go out there, especially playing the 3 up front. If Berisha's drifting into them wide areas, you must get numbers in the box, or at least somebody to cover the number 9 position, so that the players have got options in the box. So he'll know that. Ange will be watching that.
Midway through the first half, and it's over the top from Raphael. Another one for Zaha to chase. Just out-muscled that time by Topor Stanley. Actually played against Wayne Rooney back in his early days as a youth player in the representative sides. Football's such a massive international business now that from the age of 10, 11, 12, you can already be travelling the world with various sides and taking on other future stars of the game.
And it's amazing because even at that age, you can still tell some superstars. I remember playing against Thierry Henry and a boy called Trezeguet at the age of 14, 15, and you just knew back then these boys were going to be superstars. It was scary.
Oh, the touch by Kovic is not a good one.
He'll not be happy with himself there, obviously, because Man U have been dangerous from corners.
It's taken quickly and short this time. Raphael screaming for the ball. He gets it here. Plenty of space as well. He's got a fair shot on him, Raphael, when he connects cleanly. Zaha taking on Rose and going past him. The cutback. It was perfectly placed, but the run wasn't there.
Again, he's causing so much trouble, Zaha. He's so quick, he's so nimble, and he's done the right thing. All the players had gone near post or gone towards the box. He's seen the opportunity on the penalty spot there, and thankfully for the All-Stars, nobody was coming in to get a free shot on goal there.
As Rose just falls at the crucial moment, kept it in play, but only to the benefit of the opposition. And when you think about just how hard it is for these youngsters like Lingard, Zaha, Welbeck even, who's an England international, Zaha as well, who is an England international now. And you look at the players that aren't here for Manchester United, Shinji Kagawa, Chicharito, Javier Hernandez, as they break again down that left-hand side. Welbeck.
Yeah, it is hard for the boys to break in, but you think of the knowledge and the experience they're gaining off the park as they're growing up and maturing as players.
As here goes Lingard again, trying to bend one. It's back out as far as Carrick. A little 1-2 with Welbeck doesn't come off. Well, you can add to that list Nani, Wayne Rooney, Antonio Valencia, all missing with injury or because they were involved in internationals after the end of the season and are still enjoying an extended holiday break.
Isn't coming to Australia an extended holiday break for these boys?
Well, that's something of a misconception, isn't it, about pre-season? Michael, you could probably tell us, is pre-season an enjoyable time for a footballer?
Listen, being a footballer is an enjoyable time all your life, I'll tell you that for now. But yeah, there is days when you question and wonder why you're working so hard on pre-season. But again, it's a chance to come out here. We did this many years ago with Leeds United. We did Bangkok, China, Melbourne, and people were saying that you have a great time. Was it holiday? Basically, you see the hotel bedroom, you see a training park, and you see football matches. So it's not as enjoyable as people think for travelling and tourism. But as a footballer and playing the game and doing something you love and getting paid for it, you can't beat it.
Topo Stanley with a good controlled header that time down to Bogart. A 1-2 with Miller, and Miller gets it back again. Liam Miller, he's making himself available. He's coming looking for the ball everywhere. Here's Brett Emerton. Back for Miller again. No runs in behind from the All-Stars over the top, so it's a slow build-up at the moment, trying to hold on to possession. That's a good touch from McGlinchey. Broich dummies it all the way through to Josh Rose, if you like. And it's Miller again. Broich, there's a bit of space over there for Pej Bojic. Broich is looking for the option. Can't find one ahead of him. And now Pej Bojic finally gets it on that right-hand side. Can he fashion something? It's a good ball into the area with Broich. Bojic wants it back. He gets it as well. Palmed out by Lindegaard. And the best chance for the A-League All-Stars comes the way of the flying right-back Pej Bojic.
Yeah, it's great to see, because what they're actually doing, Bojic and Rose are staying really, really wide and making the pitch as big as possible. And obviously trying to get down the wings there, and Bojic got on the ball, produced a great delivery. Broich held it up, and it was a great save to keep it 1-0.
Corner number 2 for the All-Stars. And it was a good chance for Topo Stanley again at the front post. Only got a glancing touch. It's a good ball back. Beecham's header. And he's pinned for just using his arms to climb up.
If there's one criticism I've got of Topo Stanley and all the time I've known him and played alongside him, he doesn't score as many headers as he should. He always gets on the end of things. He's always dangerous in the box, and his timing and his efforts on goal far outweigh the goal-scoring opportunities that he should have.
And didn't he have a fantastic season with the Western Sydney Wanderers all the way to the grand final? As here goes Lingard, straight past Bowick, McGlinchey across in cover. Lingard looking for the option, there isn't one in the middle, so he comes back out. Cleverly. Lingard again, Evra just inside him. Here is the Frenchman, looking to chip the ball into the danger zone. It cannons off Beecham. Evra thought about fashioning a cross. Back out again to Carrick. It's one of those unsung heroes, the men that just sit at the back of midfield, cleaning up more than anything. Rio Ferdinand. And Besart Berisha, who fans of the A-League will know is a tenacious and tireless worker up front. And there he's in again, trying to get the ball back quickly for a quick free kick. A bit of urgency from the A-League All-Stars. Emerton, outside of the boot. For Bowick, Berisha, mishits, and it's Zaha. Back cleaning up from Rose.
I'm talking too fast.
Giggs. That's a lovely ball for Zaha. Welbeck ahead of him. He looks for Danny Welbeck now. Bogart is there in cover, and he does well.
Great defending there by Bogart. Welbeck is a very, very fast and sharp player then. And Bogart just got his body in there and used his strength to muscle him out, and he's done well. Even though he's conceded a corner, that was good defending.
Another round of applause for Ryan Giggs down in this corner of the ground. As he will take corner number 8 already for Manchester United. They've been dangerous every time. That is better defending. Josh Rose's header away.
That was a brave header. Very well done there.
Carrick with Giggs. Zaha. A little touch from Giggs. He was looking for Carrick again. Was Berisha looking for a free kick there? He didn't get one. Just couldn't control off his chest under pressure from Rio Ferdinand.
Yeah, it's good to see the All-Stars having a go and keeping the ball and trying to take it to Manchester United. They haven't just sat back when they've gone 1-0 down. It's credit them, because they know they're playing for all the players in the A-League. They've got to perform and produce and obviously put Australia on the map and show that the A-League is here and how far we've come in the last 4, 5, 6 years.
Here is Berisha. Looking for options ahead of him. It's too high for Pej Bowick. He had other more simple options around him.
Yeah, and I think that's Brett Emmett in there. We can just see Emil having a chat there with Berisha, just saying, listen, do it nice and easy. You're playing it too hard and too far. So hopefully Berisha just listens to his captain and gets on with it.
Jones ball over the top for Lingard. Kovic comes, and this time it will beat everyone out of play. Manchester United, as we enter the final 15 minutes of this first half, are just starting to tighten the screw a little bit more.
If you're just observing this, the All-Stars have been trying to play out from the back. So now what Manchester United have just done, they've just gone and put all 3 of their players on there to stop Kovic having an out ball there. So that was, you'll probably see that more and more as the game develops. But they've realised that and just want to stop the All-Stars playing out.
Emerton just squeezes it out to Beecham. Ryan Giggs gives chase. Cleverly strong in the challenge. Gets the better of Brett Emerton as well. Throw for Manchester United. Evra for Giggs. The only man to have scored in every single season of the English Premier League since 1992-3. A remarkable record.
It's a scary thought. I had posters of Ryan Giggs on my wall as a kid, and he's still gracing the park today.
And so are you, Michael, and so are you with the Newcastle Jets, of course.
Yeah, but this guy is a phenomenon. He's a true professional. You know, everybody looks up to him. Doesn't matter what code you're in, what sport you're in. This guy is a world-class man.
You can listen to the cheer if he gets on the score sheet as well. It will be an almighty roar. There was a half a chance there for the All-Stars. Emerton just ran away from him. And after an early charge from Manchester United, they're starting to come again here. Lingard for Giggs, a little touch for Welbeck. It's beautifully done. And it is a fantastic goal.
That just typifies Manchester United and how good they are. That was one touch, intricate stuff. The movement off the ball here when you see Lingard and Welbeck, and the little roll into Ryan Giggs, and his deft touch at the end here. If you have a look, Welbeck again. If any young strikers watching this, if you watch the movement of Welbeck, he doesn't just go straight in there. He runs along the line of the defence to stay onside, waiting for the little pass in behind, and that's the end product. And that's Manchester United. See how we came back there to get onside.
And what a touch from that man we were just talking about, Ryan Giggs. Vision and a very cool and clinical finish from Danny Welbeck. Just over 10 minutes to go. You could feel Manchester United were just starting to up the tempo again. They've scored 2 goals when they were at their most dominant in this match. The All-Stars, who had a couple of half chances themselves, but that's another difference between sides, isn't it? When you take the chances that present themselves when you're on top.
And you notice that even in the Premier League.
As here's Carrick perhaps with another chance. Welbeck again. Blocked that time.
The difference between the top of the division and the bottom division, even in the Premier League, we noticed that with Sunderland when we got promoted. You miss chances and opportunities in the Premier League, it costs you, because the top teams don't miss many chances, and that's what you're seeing here tonight. All right, they've missed a few headers from corners, but when they come for the killer pass and the killer finish, these teams finish you off.
And perhaps the A-League All-Stars in this first half are just feeling a bit of the backlash from that 1-0 defeat against the Thailand All-Stars as well a week ago.
There's no such thing as a pre-season friendly or a friendly tour. People in any sportsman will tell you that they're winners and they play at the highest level because they hate getting beaten. It doesn't matter what level or what standard it is, you hate getting beaten. That'll hurt Manchester and Thailand, believe you me.
Again, they find a little bit of space on the edge of the All-Stars defence. Evra cleverly again with Carrick over the top. Giggs offside.
I nearly shouted offside myself there. You could see he was 2 or 3 yards off. Nice to see a linesman getting a decision. Correct.
And a little chance for the All-Stars defence to breathe as well. Zaha too strong in the challenge from Miller with Welbeck. Topor Stanley does just enough, and Bogart clears it long. Not having a whole lot of joy up front at the moment, Besart Berisha, but one thing's for sure, he will give everything and run until the end of the match.
He certainly will, but I feel a bit sorry for him actually. He's very isolated at the moment. He's got Rio Ferdinand and Jones playing right behind him, and it's a bit closer.
Again, Carrick reading the intentions of Liam Miller there and intercepting the pass. Carrick takes it quickly with Giggs. Sprays the ball out to the left-hand side with Patrice Evra. Cleverly, who had his breakthrough season last year as well. Zaha, no foul, says the referee. Thomas Broich leads the charge forward. Emerton is down the right-hand side. Miller with McGlinchey. McGlinchey looking to shape for the shot. In and out. Gets it back to Emerton. Now Bowich's cross. Cleared again, and United can come away here. It's well played, looking for the pace of Lingard. Zaha now. All the way back to Rio Ferdinand. Evra with Lingard, who's enjoying this pre-season tour. Jesse Lingard. There are another couple of youngsters on the bench as well. As here comes Liam Miller, one we're looking forward to seeing later perhaps, as Josh Rose gets a good cross in as well, but Lindegaard plucks it out of the air. There's Adnan Januzaj, a young Kosovo-Albanian born Belgian now, just 18 years of age. As here's Danny Welbeck in behind Kovic. This for number 3, no! Brilliant defence, Michael Beecham.
Great defending by Beecham. He didn't give up on the opportunity, and he's worked so hard there to get back and help out Kovic. And he's great defender. And again, we just see him there standing his ground, picking the ball up. Well done.
As Giggs tried to pull out a few of the old party tricks, well defended. Michael Beecham. Well, it looked a certain third goal. And denied. I was just going to say, one we won't see is the young Dutch defender Alex Butner, who picked up a thigh strain in Thailand and had a full training session here before kickoff.
Yeah, it was interesting being pitchside, watching him go through his fitness test before the game, just to see what they were going through and how injured he was, and he didn't look too bad. He was moving really well. So
they gave him a solid workout.
Didn't they? Yeah.
Of course, Manchester United, as there's a ankle tap there on Phil Jones, head off next to Japan, where they have another couple of pre-season matches. As Zaha, it's a lovely first touch to take him away from Topor Stanley, but less accomplished was the pass that followed. And again, there was a half chance on the offing there. Pej Bojic was bombing forward down that right-hand flank.
Yeah, McGlinchey just got his head down. He only looked one way, and Bojic had made a great run down the right-hand side. If he just had maybe Bojic didn't give him a call, or he obviously didn't see him, but that was a very good opportunity wasted there.
Inside the last 5 minutes, Manchester United quite comfortably, it has to be said, leading the All-Stars by 2-0. They've had the better chances, much of them from set pieces. The corner count of 9-2 perhaps just indicates the territorial dominance of the English champions, but the All-Stars have had opportunities of their own.
I was going to say that the difference is they've had opportunities as well. Okay, they're outnumbered in the corners, but chances, yeah, they've been evenly matched, and unfortunately the All-Stars just haven't been able to get one. But it's just great to see that they're having a go, and hopefully they can sneak a goal soon.
Pressure on Evra, who turns it over. Thomas Broich now with a bit of space. Can he pick out a pass? It's not a bad ball for Berisha. The flag stays down. Saved by a desperate tackle by Raphael. And now the break is on. Oh, and Welbeck had Lingard in acres of space on the left-hand side. And Bogart with another timely challenge.
Yeah, but we'll go back to the All-Stars chance here. Berisha with a fantastic touch in the box, creating the space for himself, and he's had a shot. He's unfortunately had a little bit of a slip there, but Manchester United defending, you know, they call it last man defending, and you put your body on the line, and that's what they did there, just to stop Berisha getting a shot on target.
Well, we know Berisha can score goals as well. 35 of them in 56 A-League matches over the last 2 seasons, including 22 in his first year, where he scored the winner in the grand final. Zaha, early ball, first time for Lingard. Josh Rose gratefully watches as the ball rolls the wrong side. of the upright. For Manchester United fans anyway. It's another corner though. Number 10 of this first half. Welbeck in the middle. Topor, Stanley and Kovic doing the marking. It's a little dink back for Raphael. Well, trying something special there, Giggs. It didn't quite come off this time, but again, they have space. It's a nice run. Back for Welbeck. Lovely play, Manchester United. And brilliant stop from Ante Kovic. Well, just the sharpness of the attacks on the edge of that area are causing the All-Star defenders all sorts of problems. He was looking to go between the legs of Kovic, who made a fine stop that time. Another corner, and it comes again. The flick on, unintentional. And it's going to be a throw on this near side for Raphael. Zaha, who has impressed so far. Now Raphael with Carrick. Raphael looking to get it back. Was he held back there? Carrick again flicks it out for Cleverly. Opens up play. Intelligent stuff. Evra's ball back in. And Bogart, who's had a fine match so far at the back for the All-Stars, clears the danger, but not for long. Raphael just with a blind pass back to Cleverly, and the All-Stars have it again. 1 minute of stoppage time to be added at the end of this first half. Bowic's pass for his new Sydney FC teammate Brett Emerton doesn't find him. So just over 30 seconds left in a first half in which this sellout crowd at Olympic Stadium have seen what, for the most part, most of them will have wanted a Manchester United side that have just flexed their muscle enough in this pre-season for the 2013-14 season to suggest there's more to come, and there might be more to come here. Beecham that time does just enough to keep Welbeck out of it. He's stepped on his foot on the way through there, and Welbeck has gone down. Now Giggs on the ball. The referee decides there's no time for one more Manchester United attack. The shoe comes off for Danny Welbeck. His name is on the score sheet at half-time here. Manchester United leading the A-League All-Stars by 2-0. Lingard and Welbeck taking advantage of the opportunities that came their way. An entertaining first half of football, and deservedly the Red Devils are in front.
Brett Emerton joins me. Brett, how did you find that? Plenty of chances for both sides.
Yeah, it was a tough first half, and I think they showed their quality out there. Give them a chance and they'll score. So hopefully another second half to go, and hopefully we entertain out there. That's the most important thing.
You were barking out instructions to the team. What was the message from you to the rest of your teammates? Bessa Parishi had a couple of words too as well.
Yeah, I think when we win the ball, we just need to keep possession a little bit better. Obviously, they're a great side, so we don't want to give the ball back and be chasing too much.
Thanks, Brett.
Cheers, guys.
Manchester United leading by 2-0 at half-time. All the half-time highlights and analysis coming up after these messages. Stay with us.
Devils were pretty impressive here at ANZ Stadium in the first half. They lead by 2-0 against the A-League All-Stars. Jason Kalina is with me. Jason, Robin van Persie, I reckon we're about to see him RVP in this second half.
I hope so. I think Manchester United will probably adopt a different style of play when Van Persie's on. Rather than playing more through the middle, Van Persie will look to get the ball out wide and get himself into the box, which is probably his strength, and that's where he gets most of his goals.
Obviously, we've already talked about what we think the A-League All-Stars have to do. What will be the message from David Moyes? I think he'd be pretty happy with that first half.
I think so. I think they've enjoyed the way they've played. I think Moyes has probably seen what he wanted to see, and now it's just a matter of giving some other players a bit of a run. But I'm really looking forward for Van Persie coming on, and it'll be great for him to get a bit of a run.
Obviously, with Moyes will be looking for, obviously wanted an improvement on what we saw last week in Thailand, but right now I think he'd be pretty happy. And obviously RVP's arrived. He wasn't in Thailand last weekend, so give him some game time, less than a month until their title defence starts on August 17. That's
right. He's had a week of training under his belt. I could understand why Moyes didn't want to start him from the start of the match, and it's naturally just to give him a bit of a lead into his first game. So getting half an hour, 45 minutes now in the second half is probably the best thing for Van Persie at this point in time.
Gee, there's good buzz around the place, isn't there? I mean, it's amazing, the pulling power of Manchester United, fans everywhere, and they're here in force. I mean, we've just been standing here in the hosting position watching. What a spectacle. The flashes are going off, and look at this. It's just wonderful.
Yeah, just all the colour and all the Manchester United shirts are out here. So it's an unbelievable spectacle, and one that reminds me of the game back in 2005 that I was involved with against Uruguay. So it's a fantastic event, and one we should really embrace and enjoy.
We're not far away from the second half as the A-League All-Stars make their way back onto ANZ Stadium, and obviously they'll be hoping, and the message would have been from Ange, hey, you're pretty competitive in the first half. Let's go out there and take it to them in the next 45 minutes.
Exactly, and enjoy yourselves. That's what it's all about tonight, is enjoying yourself. And I'm sure the players will do that, and they'll embrace it and enjoy it and play to the best of their ability.
It's 2-0 to Manchester United. Let's go back to Robbie Thompson.
Yes, welcome back for the second half at Olympic Stadium in Sydney. A couple of changes we can see. Rio Ferdinand has done his work for the evening, 45 minutes of it. He's replaced by one of the young players on this tour, Michael Keane, whose twin brother William Keane is also coming through the ranks at Manchester United. And for the All-Stars, Josh Risdon, the Perth Glory fullback, comes on to replace Pej Bojic. And there's a change in goal as well, with Mike Theo coming in for Ante Kovic. And a change in the middle of the park. Liam Miller makes way for Melbourne Victory's sole representative, Billy Selesky. Well, sole representative with the coach, of course.
Correct.
Ange Postecoglou. Well, we're just about set for the second half. Our Japanese referee this evening, Tomo Mosaki, gets the second half underway. Manchester United, who have had a solid opening 45 minutes, lead by 2-0 against an All-Stars side that just looked a little bit nervy at the start, and then perhaps understandably, Michael, when they've only been together for a number of days in training as well, or from different clubs around the country, just lacking a little bit of cohesion and understanding.
Yeah, of course, and that's what people have got to understand, and when they're observing this game. These boys have only come together for a week. And it's going to take them a while to get to know and understand each other. And yeah, they're all great and fantastic players, but again, it takes a while to get the camaraderie going. And I'm just pleased they didn't go under, and they came out and they've tried to pass it about.
So a first touch for Mike Theo, who won a couple of titles with Melbourne Victory and then a couple more with Brisbane Roar. And there's a certain Robin van Persie who's just been sent to warm up as well. As we were hearing in the half-time break, he's only just arrived back in training. He only arrived in Sydney after the rest of the squad as well. Sydney, of course, the main base for Manchester United's pre-season tour, where they're staying a full 7 days. Double training sessions nearly every day.
And I'll tell you what I've really admired about Manchester, the entourage they've brought with them. They've brought ambassadors like your Dwight York, Andy Cole, Brian Robson, Dennis Irwin, and they've all been doing, even though they've had double sessions with players, they've all done so much media and given back to the public and given back to Sydney, and they came as far as Newcastle, Central Coast, so they haven't just come here and been prima donnas. They've come and they've exploited it, and it's been great for the Australian public.
And they've come with 120-person delegation. That's 5 staff members for every one of the 20 players that travelled as well. It just gives you more scope to just the professionalism and the entourage that they cover these players with. Everything is fine-tuned to the most minute detail.
It's got to be, because the players, you're talking about international global stars, and it's the security guys that come, it's the directors, the media. It's phenomenal, and I mean it's the first time I've experienced that to that degree.
So first touch for Keane, and he puts it straight into the feet of Thomas Broich. Berisha ahead of him. It's a good ball. Is this the chance for the All-Stars? Across the face of goal from the left foot of Besart Berisha.
Yeah, we'll see here. Berisha's made a run. Broich has found him again. The Brisbane Roar connection, and I think it was Phil Jones played them onside there, and Berisha's had a snatchy left-footed shot there. He maybe could have taken another touch towards goal and got it onto his favoured foot. He was in behind, but again, another good opportunity for the All-Stars.
And a bright start to the second half. It was Keane's loose pass, and Lindegaard that time not called upon to make the save. David Moyes did say he wanted as many players as possible to get a good run of nearly 90 minutes. So that's why we haven't seen too many changes, as Lingard's ball to the back post for Zaha. Berisha wants it. Both players appealing for it. Jones doesn't get the call. Risdon's ball for Topor Stanley. Closed down quickly by Carrick, and here's Lingard now. The scorer of the opening goal. Zaha, who switched from that right flank to the left. Pass Risdon, the ball in! It was a chance for Welbeck again. A chance not taken, but again, that man Wilfred Zaha is at the heart of everything good.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we don't want to keep going on about Zaha and thinking that we're favourites towards him, but his quick feet, the way he just moved the ball, and he's just sucked the defender in again, and he's played a dangerous ball across for Welbeck. So, honestly, this kid's got a great future at Manchester United.
Cleverly's ball. The header. There was a chance for Michael Keane, who is a good, solid young defender. Just 20 years of age. His twin brother William is a striker, so I assume that can only mean the backyard games in the Keane household were fierce.
No, what Zaha's just done there, and what I try to tell and pass on to as many young kids as you can, when you get in that final third and you're near and you're in the danger area of the penalty box, the defenders can't touch you. So the best thing, you've got to try and commit the defender and suck them in, try and win a penalty or create a chance, and just be positive, because if you lose the ball there, there's no harm done. That's the time to express yourself.
Emerton takes over from Selesky. Berisha, nice touch for Billy Selesky again. Into the area now. Well, it was intricate. It was almost Manchester United-esque from that first half. Couldn't find the finishing touch. Risdon does well. Under plenty of pressure as well, Josh Risdon. McGlinchey. Selesky now. With Broich, who had that fierce shot in the first half that fizzed over the crossbar. First time ball forward from Rose, only found a red shirt, and it's all the way back to Lindegaard again. So no start and no game time so far for the young Spanish goalkeeper David De Gea, who had a fantastic year last year as well, especially after the pressure that came, that seems to have followed every goalkeeper that's followed since Peter Schmeichel. As there's a chance here, Berisha hits it near close, and it's in!
Yes!
Besar Berisha has squeezed that ball inside the near post. Lindegaard is beaten and the All-Stars are on the scoreboard.
Yes, we always talk about Berisha. People say love him or hate him. This guy can score goals, yeah, and he makes chances out of nothing.
Manchester United still lead by 2 goals.
And again, it's that Brisbane Roar combination. Berisha making the movement, a great spin and turn. The pass from Broich was magnificent to see him, and it's just a great finish on the turn. And all credit Berisha, he's a goal scorer.
And the keeper, Anders Lindegaard, as it squeezed through the legs of Keane, was nowhere near it. Did they enjoy that, Paul Ocon?
I think I'm just trying to keep it nice and cool there, but Oaks enjoyed that one. Paul Ocon was excited about that. It's great, the All-Stars, they're taking it to Manchester United, so hopefully they can, now that they've managed to get one, why not go on and get a few more?
I think that's exactly what Ange Postecoglou is probably saying. Of course, he coached Besart Berisha to the second of Brisbane's 2 A-League titles.
The other good thing, just before the goal came there, the All-Stars were very patient. They didn't force chances. They just kept the ball moving, kept passing it nice and easy, and didn't want to lose it. They just controlled possession in that final third, and in the end of it, they saw the moment, the opportunity, and they've taken it.
And here's Broich again, finding Berisha. Zaleski for Everton. Exactly what you're saying, Michael, as they stroke the ball around, and they're finding a bit of space to bring it forward. Risdon, the nod down for McGlinchey. And it's Jones across in cover. Well, whatever Ange Postecoglou said at half-time, it appears to have done the trick, along with a couple of changes in personnel as well. And same, a couple of changes in the red shirts, as Welbeck decides to use his pace and try and charge right through. Checked by Nigel Bogard, and it looks like it'll be the first booking of the match. I'm not sure if the referee has cards, does he?
Not in a trial game unless it gets too out of hand. You don't like seeing cards getting dished about, but that was actually, we call that a good foul in the game, just to break the player down. It's not you know he's in a dangerous area, but it's one of them fouls you can commit just to slow the game down to get your men back.
And here's Giggs on the edge of the area with Lingard, overlapping run. Lingard, it opens up!
Wow.
What a finish! Remember the name, Jesse Lingard has just scored his second of the evening, and it is an absolute rocket. Manchester United 3, the All-Stars 1.
Take a bow, young man, take a bow. What a strike.
Manchester United now lead by 3 goals.
We were just saying earlier on, this boy hasn't actually played a full 90 minutes or had a start for Manchester United. I'm sure that's not going to be the case this season. His touch and his finish, absolutely brilliant. To tell you another thing, sorry to interrupt there, another thing that you should observe here, Patrice Evra made a run to overlap, and that committed the defender Boych. He didn't know whether to go to Lingard or to go for Evra. Just that one little moment of opportunity. Lingard saw, cut inside and put one right in the pigeon.
All right, into the top corner, so as though to just put the All-Stars back in their spot after daring to score. They come forward again, though. It's Carrick, who's been impressive alongside Cleverley as well in that sentinel role at the back of midfield. Zaha, who was again involved in the lead-up to that third goal. So was Giggs, looking for Welbeck. Well, he played a few moments, Jesse Lingard, against the Thai All-Star 11. That 1-0 defeat. We've seen 2 finishes from him as well, haven't we? One clean through on goal, all the time in the world to think about how to make a mess of it, and he did it very calmly and scored. And then there, the one for the glory, and he did that too.
The composure for the first one and the power and the prowess for the second. So I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot more of this boy.
Now, I'm not sure it officially counts as a debut in red for him in a friendly match, but 2 goals.
You tried telling him that.
There's no flag for Zaha. The ball just runs him a little bit wide. He's up against Bogard. Zaha still into the area. And Nigel Bogard just got his foot on enough ball there, according to the referee.
I'd like to see this in slow motion.
Michael Beecham, in fact.
Yeah, he did. He's timed it to perfection there. He's done very well. He just had a little bite. He saw the ball, and Zaha didn't move it quick enough. So a very, very good challenge.
Cleverly's ball to the back post. Good stop from Theo. It was that man again, Lingard, on the volley this time. And it was goal bound.
Yeah, he just drifted to the back post there. Obviously, he's not the tallest man in the world, Lingard, but you see him just drift off Brett Emerton here, and he gets the volley. And again, he's hit the target, but Theo was there to cover.
The first corner over on that side for Ryan Giggs in this second half. The ball low to the front post this time, cleared by McGlinchey. Emerton with Broich. Well, that was a lovely touch from Thomas Broich over the top, but Cleverly was perfectly positioned as well. Well, there is the sign that the crowd have been waiting for. It's on the big screen inside the ground as well. Phil Neville, a former Manchester United and then Everton player under David Moyes, has joined the coaching staff, and he's just showing a certain Robin van Persie what they want from him for the half hour or so that he will see.
Yeah, it's going to be great to hear the ovation he gets when he comes on, because 83,000 people have come to see Robin van Persie, and obviously Manchester United, but he's going to get a great reception when he comes on.
Ricocheting around, in the end it falls to Besart Berisha. McGlinchey, there's plenty of space for Josh Rose down that left-hand side. It's a long one for him to chase, but look at the pace as well of Raphael and Zaha.
And Rose is no slouch. We've seen him get up and down in the A-League numerous times last season for Central Coast Mariners. Up and down, so it just shows you how fit these boys are with Manchester United.
The two again that combine space in the middle of the park for Carrick. Looks long for Welbeck to chase. There are going to be a couple of changes in the All-Stars ranks as well, as Welbeck looks for Evra. Risky from Emerton, but he does it well. A lovely back heel for McGlinchey. Now Berisha. Josh Risdon. Emerton. Beecham all the way across. So Robin van Persie is stripped down. You can hear that noise start to rise around the ground. He's ready to make his entrance, and he'll do so at the same time as Ryan Grant, the Sydney FC defender, and also the Western Sydney striker Mark Bridge for the All-Stars.
If I was Grant, I'd take the opportunity now just to have a chat with Van Persie and say, mate, is there any chance of that shirt after the game? Because it's probably as close as he's going to get to him.
Well, these things have to be negotiated at any potential moment. A little 1-2, Selesky. Oh, and he couldn't quite squeeze it out to McGlinchey, but they have it back again. Emerton. Does he fancy the shot? He does. He already has 2 goals to his name against Manchester United, both of them coming at Old Trafford as well. Welbeck. It's a nice run. Raphael's overlapping run, and it finds it all the way through as well. Raphael now, and it just ripples along the outside of the net.
Again, another great counter-attack. Welbeck using his pace there. Butcham couldn't get the tackle, and obviously a great pass, and Raphael cut inside in a shot. And now a great moment here we're going to see.
McGlinchey and Rose come off, Grant and Bridge on, and now just listen to this.
And number 3, Josh Rose, replaced by number 19, Mark Bridge. substitution for Manchester United. Number 11, Ryan Giggs. Will replace number 20,
One legend comes off, one legend comes on.
Ryan Giggs makes way, the man that turns 40 in November. Incredible to think. And on comes the man whose goals fired Manchester United to the title last season. His transfer caused plenty of heartbreak in London, as that is a nasty challenge. Evra and Risdon colliding. And Josh Risdon.
I thought Risdon was going to come off worse there. It looked like Evra caught him around the throat, and Evra's come off worse.
It did look bad, but the knee, which is bent and then flicked back out as well. It was a brave challenge from Josh Risdon in the end. The leg extended into the chest. Well, he'll have a couple of train track marks along his chest, I think, Josh Risdon, for his troubles, but Patrice Evra.
I'll tell you what, Evra's been lucky there to get away with it. Obviously, he's still down there, but if he's actually had a kick out there. You know, when he's used his force, he's used his studs, and if Risdon was still upright, he would have got that a lot worse. He's been lucky there.
Well, there we see the attendance this evening, a sellout crowd, 83,127 for a match of football at the ANZ Olympic Stadium in Sydney. A fabulous turnout to see Manchester United, and they'll be hoping that they haven't seen the end of their captain and left back Patrice Evra. The club physio just running the tests on that knee.
Speaking about the crowd and the atmosphere and things, I just think it's magnificent the way the Australian public have taken to the opportunity of this game, and they've embraced it. They think the game was sold out within the first 3 days or something like that. And it's great because these teams like Manchester United that come here to showcase their team, they want to be showcasing it in front of full houses like this, but in places where the people are enjoying they're enjoying this time and being here as well. And that's what Australia's done, and it's great because this will make Manchester United or Liverpool come back again, and if not Barcelona or Real Madrid, wants to see what this has done on a global scale for Manchester. So the future's bright.
Well, it is a fantastic evening. The buzz as well outside of the ground. I think, in fact, the first allocation of tickets sold out in just 2 minutes, which gave the organisers and everyone a feel of just how big this was going to be. But everywhere they have been this week, they have brought Sydney to a standstill. It has been a fantastic week for young kids that have been able to train with them as well. And for these players out here now, for the young players like Josh Risdon, who's just got up close and personal with Patrice Evra's left boot. Yeah. It's memories like that, physical and also mental, that he'll carry with him for a while to come. Borussia wins it back off Carrick, almost. Zaha with Welbeck. No foul, says the referee, and just as Welbeck inherited possession there, as the flag's up for offside against Borussia, referee says play on. Robin van Persie was away. He just, like a streak across the pitch, waiting for that ball over the top.
It's great to see Mark Bridge come on as well after the season he had with the Wanderers. He had a great season, scored a lot of goals, and obviously he's earned this opportunity to play here tonight against Manchester United. So it'll be interesting to see if he can do some damage in the final third tonight for the All-Stars.
Thomas Broich again, who's had some nice moments and some nice touches. And for any Manchester United fans who might have been worried, the news from Michael Zapponi down on the sideline is that Patrice Evra has been given the all clear by the medical staff, and he's moving freely now. So nothing more than a scare as Van Persie takes off. Once again, the ball was looking to get in behind Michael Beecham. His last memory of playing Manchester United was not necessarily a happy one for Danish side Aalborg. Michael Beecham in the Champions League ended in defeat and injury for the Australian stopper, but he's had a big match so far this evening, a couple of very important challenges late on as well.
He's had a great game. He's saved 2 goal-scoring opportunities just through his determination, his anticipation.
Welbeck again, who's now playing in that Ryan Giggs role of the first half, just behind. In fact, it looks more like 2 up front now, doesn't it, with Van Persie looking to run in behind at every opportunity.
Yeah, I think they've gone back to the 4-4-2 and they've given licence up there to Welbeck and Van Persie.
Ryan Grant, who played just about every position possible except goalkeeper for Sydney FC last season, is back at left back now for the All-Stars since coming on. Playing alongside Alessandro Del Piero, of course, as he will be for the season to come for Sydney FC. It was Mark Bridge who was lining up that shot.
Yeah, he just turned on the ball, looked up, and he found that he had a few yards of space in front of him, so he took the opportunity himself, and he deserved the opportunity to have a strike, and obviously Phil Jones just closed down in time. But again, it was positive.
There haven't been too many moments when a player in blue has looked up and found himself in plenty of space, the chances that need to be taken. But they've kept on going so far, the A-League All-Stars. It's David Moyes. It's just having a word. It looks like it's the Brazilian Anderson who will be next into the game. The big moment for Ange Postecoglou, of course, as well. As Welbeck wins the race to the ball, past Theo, and denied again.
We've just talked about him. You talk about goal scorers scoring hat-tricks. Michael Beecham has just saved the All-Stars a hat-trick of goals against. Brilliant.
Look at the pace of Welbeck, straight through, lovely touch past Theo.
And Theo did well there not to actually bring him down in the box. You know, keepers, they want to go and stick that arm out, and the attackers, we're crafty these days. You know, if we see an arm come out, we're going to go over on that. Shouldn't say that.
The ball in, Welbeck's header this time, and Beecham can't stop him. At the 4th time of asking, Van Persie's cross. It's not a goal for the Dutchman, it's an assist. And Danny Welbeck gets his 2nd of the evening. Manchester United 4, the All-Stars 1.
2nd goal of the match for Manchester United's number 19.
Yeah, we've said it most of the night. We've seen the deliveries from corners. I can only count one Ryan Giggs corner early on that was a bad cross. Everything is being delivered into dangerous areas. And again, Patrice Evra had 2 chances first half. Danny Welbeck's just shown him how it's done. And it's a great leap and a great goal. But again, it comes from the delivery.
Into the top corner, absolutely nothing Mike Theo could do about that. Michael Carrick to be replaced by Anderson. That's a straight swap in the middle of the park. And then it's a change for the man that just scored. Danny Welbeck makes way. He's been replaced by the young Adnan Januzaj, a young Belgian youth international signed from Anderlecht a couple of seasons ago, played in the reserve team last season, and is just really waiting for his chance now to show what he can offer in the middle of the park. Another midfielder, a creative one this time, and he's wearing the number 44 shirt.
It just shows how far down the pecking order he is at Manchester United, but you know, people would rather wear the Manchester United shirt and get the opportunities because of the wisdom and the experience, and that's what it takes to play for the biggest club in the world. And that's why it surprises me with the Wayne Rooney saga, how any man can want to leave Manchester United, and Rooney said it numerous times now when he wants to hand a transfer request. And you've got the likes of Gary Neville telling him that you're playing for the biggest team in the world. If you leave, you'll just want to come back. And for me, I'm flabbergasted. I don't know whether it's because the new manager's come, because he really had a go at Moyes in his book. But for me, I hope it gets sorted out one way or another, and I'm hoping that he stays as a Manchester United player.
Well, it was David Moyes that gave him his first start, wasn't it? And few will ever forget that saw it against Arsenal, a 16-year-old. And what a goal he scored as well. Turned Sol Campbell inside out.
He made England's centre-half, Sol Campbell, look like he was a pub player.
And it was his first ever match in the first team with Everton. Well, he may not be long for a Manchester United shirt. There's plenty of talk that Jose Mourinho and Chelsea are in for him. Thomas Broich has worked hard for 72 minutes. He's shown glimpses of what he does week in, week out with Brisbane Roar in the A-League. And he makes way now to be replaced by Paul Eiffel, another man that knows all about Manchester United. The Millwall legend, FA Cup finalist against Manchester United. And also coming on, Melbourne Hearts' David Williams, a flying front man as well, who scored a couple of spectacular goals this season for Melbourne Heart. So more attacking changes from the All-Stars.
Yeah, I mean, it's like for Briscia and Williams. They've both got pace and they'll both run all day long. Obviously, Williams hasn't got the goal-scoring prowess that Briscia has, but I'm sure he'll cause havoc up there, and it's great to see Paul Eiffel out there. Such a talent back in England, and like you say, I loved his story before the game about the Roy Keane shirt. Well, that was a great moment, and just to see him out there, he'll twist and turn and cause problems.
It's a good ball over the top for Lingard. He's on a hat-trick, of course, as he runs at Beecham and goes past him into the area. Van Persie screaming for it. Evra overlapping, and in the end, the cross from Patrice Evra was tame.
That wasn't too dissimilar to the goal when Lingard decided to go inside and didn't use Patrice Evra. This time Evra's again made the overlap, an unselfish run, and he got the ball this time. And obviously the cross just wasn't as good, but they're full of running of the fullbacks here.
Anderson on the ball for the first time, the Brazilian. Gives it away immediately to Zaleski. Williams just can't reel it in. Rafael, whose twin brother Fabio is about to come into the game. It's a nice touch for Zaha. He uses his pace past Beecham. Zaha still, and it's deflected just wide by Nigel Bogard. But again, well, he started the match with a nutmeg, and there was another one right in the penalty box.
Yeah, again, the defenders don't like to dive in when attackers get into that penalty area, and again, just show him what he's worth, his quick feet, his pace.
Januzaj spotting that he was unmarked in the area as well there, Zaha. Back out for Anderson, who just took his eye off it. Gets it back cleverly. And now Rafael. The shot from Lingard. And the third, for him, was almost there. Williams trying to find just half a yard of space, in the end brought down by Cleverley. And time for that change now. Patrice Evra, who played just 12 minutes against the Thailand All-Stars a week ago, is the player coming off, but before he does that, he's got to hand over the captain's armband.
Yeah, it might be obviously just due to the minutes that he hasn't played in pre-season, or it could just be to protect him from that challenge earlier on there with Josh Ridgton.
The Champions League winner with Manchester United. Patrice Evra makes way. And now we have the two twins on. Rafael at right back, Fabio at left back. As it's a one over the top for Van Persie to use his pace against Bogard. Decides to run at Bogard. Still going. Still Van Persie. Offside surely, and the flag goes up against Anderson.
Yeah, Bogard there, great defending. He jockeyed there, he slowed Van Persie down. He tried to show him down the line on his right foot. Didn't want Van Persie to come back on his left. And obviously he had Nikolai Topper-Stanley in the inside there as well. So that was good defending by the All-Stars.
Risdon looking for Bridge. Can't find him. It's Wilfried Zaha. Back defending. Januzaj. Lovely awareness around him as well, just to find a couple of yards of space. Fabio will not quite get on the end of that ball from Anderson. Fabio, who spent last season on loan at Queen's Park Rangers, has been less able compared to his brother Raphael to force his way into the side on a regular basis.
Yeah, and he didn't have the best of times at QPR, and obviously they end up getting relegated. And you don't want to see that when you're going on loan. You want to the managers look to see you inspiring the team. So if you can't play for the QPR, you're going to find it hard to get back in the Manchester United team.
Just 20-odd appearances as well last season for QPR. Anderson does well to deny Davy Williams possession. Anderson again. He had Januzaj inside him. He looked further afield to Fabio. Lingard ahead of him. Fabio trying to bend one. It was going to have to be special to beat Mike Theo from that kind of range. Emerton manages to get on the end of it. He's got Ryan Grant outside him. Emerton comes inside. He's run into the form of Cleverley. Now Zaleski. Beecham, lovely touch from Josh Risdon. And he managed to turn inside Fabio, but not get the better of Lingard.
Yeah, Josh Risdon had a lovely touch there. He was facing side on. He took a lovely touch so he could get straight on the defender, but unfortunately he was double teamed there by the two guys. But everything before that was brilliant.
Grant gets the right side of Zaha, but the fluorescent yellow boot just manages to flash in and get a touch on the ball. And the throw-in goes Manchester United's way. They lead by 4 goals to 1 with 11 minutes left in what has been an impressive and important training match for this Manchester United side. Risdon again with a good foot in there. Bridge with Zaleski. The referee almost getting in the way there.
Game's just slowing down a little bit now towards the end. You can just see. It'd be nice to see a few more opportunities and a little bit more spark from the boys that have just come on for the All-Stars, like Bridge, Williams and Eiffel.
Well, here he is, and he's looking for Josh Risdon getting forward, the Perth Glory right back. Well, if anything, it's understandable that both sides are starting to feel the pinch now with 10 minutes to go. Manchester United have only played 1 pre-season friendly together this season. They've been doing an awful lot of work. It means the body is tired, the legs are heavy as well, and the same goes for the A-League All-Stars too, who have been perhaps in training for a few more weeks, but the friendly matches are just beginning as well for them. We've got a player, at least one, from each of the 10 A-League clubs here. Wellington Phoenix, the New Zealand-based side, represented by Paul Eiffel. Four Western Sydney Wanderers, 3 Central Coast Mariners, as it's a ball over the top for Fabio. The flag stays down. Fabio looks for Van Persie, who tried to play the generous card and look for Zaha. Anderson now. Lingard, dispossessed by Grant, who does well.
Nice to see a Mexican wave going around the stadium. The fans enjoying it now. They've come to see what they wanted. Manchester United winning. Now they're enjoying it.
Risdon looks into the middle of the park with Emerton. Zaleski now. David Williams has fresh legs. If they can find the right pass for him, he can show just how quick he is against this central defensive pairing of Jones and Keane now. That's a pretty good attempt for a first go at the Mexican wave as well. They don't generally make it the full 360 degrees at the first attempt.
They've done well. I think I might even join in on this one. No, but it's great because that's what tonight's about. Manchester United are playing the All-Stars. It's a full house. There's 83,000 people turned up, and why not enjoy it, make the most of it? It's great to see.
The last time they were here was 14 years ago. The stars in those days were called David Beckham, Roy Keane, and Mark Bosnich, of course, who just signed the Australian keeper. Dwight York, Andy Cole. And I can't stress enough just how much this is a new era for this side. Possibly no Rooney. Young players coming through the ranks. A new coach for the first time in 27 years. And we can see that even the young players coming through the ranks have that same mentality. We play for the red shirt.
That's what it's all about, and if you're not up for it, and you don't show the commitment, and you don't show the desire to wear the red shirt, like we say, you'll be shown the door and be out. People have got to realise that playing at the highest level for the great clubs around the world, it's hard to get there, but the hardest part is staying there, and that's when it becomes even harder. And you can't stress enough. And young kids come through, they think they've made it, and they haven't. That's the hardest part, is staying there, maintaining your standards.
Two substitutions. Connor Chapman, the Newcastle Jet, your teammate, comes into the game, replacing Michael Beecham. And then Marcelo Carrusca, the Argentine schemer for Adelaide, comes into the game.
I'd like to talk about Connor Chapman. I've obviously played alongside him last season at the Jets. He's come from the Institute of Sport, and this kid can go a long way in the game. He was very reminiscent when I first saw him of the Manchester United player Gary Pallister. Big, tall, strong boy. Pallister had great feet, and Connor Chapman is a great footballer, and plus being a big lad. So he's a future Australian star if he carries on doing what he's doing, because he's always willing to learn as well, and that's what I like about kids, when they're willing to learn and listen.
Well, there's some big raps as well. And why not? The Australian Institute of Sport has always been a production line for Australia's best players. Carrusca, another player who's got some lovely silky skills, and scored a couple of fantastic goals this season as well. But it's Manchester United breaking forward through Anderson. Topo Stanley does enough this time. Zaleski for Carrusca, with his clubmate, Bogard. Ball over the top for Eiffel to chase. Raphael just saw it all the way back to Lindegaard, so it looks like with 5 minutes to go, we're not going to see David De Gea.
No, it doesn't look like it, but again, he was another late arrival with Van Persie. I think he met up with the squad only last week as well. He was put through a vigorous training session yesterday, I think, at the Sydney Stadium. So he's done his work, and you know, you don't want to break players in pre-season. If they've had a longer break, it's going to take them a few more weeks to get back. So they know what they're doing. But it's a shame that we didn't actually see him on the stage tonight, because he had a very bad start to Manchester United early on.
There was so much pressure on him, wasn't there? That's what we were touching on earlier.
Criticism. People were saying, is he another Tebele or whatever the guy was?
Tahibi. Here goes Van Persie. He's in on goal now. Robin Van Persie is denied by Mike Theo. Januzaj now looking to find an option. Lingard, Van Persie at the second attempt. That's his goal. The 5th of the evening for Manchester United. If at first you don't succeed, try and try again.
You know, it's interesting. He's on his favourite left foot. He's through one-on-one. Michael Theo stands up really well, denies the opportunity. Then it falls to Lingard. He just rolls in Van Persie on his right foot. And he starts off where he left off last season, scoring goals for Manchester United. And that's just the icing on the cake for a great, great spectacle and a great event here tonight.
26 league goals on his way to the Premier League Championship for Robin Van Persie after a £24 million transfer from Arsenal. There was pressure on him, wasn't there? And he started scoring right from the start, and he clinched the championship with a hat-trick and a fantastic goal against Aston Villa.
Oh, yeah, there was pressure because it was the move from Arsenal. You know, you come from one big club to another, there's pressure there. But no, you never questioned his ability and his goal-scoring opportunities in front of goal, and, you know, he's gone on and done it.
And here he is again, Robin Van Persie, back to Wilfried Zaha! And it squeezes the wrong side of the post again, but what vision, what interplay.
Yeah, again, counter-attacking football. Great play between Zaha and Van Persie. And the only negative for that one, Zaha just got too selfish at the end. Lingard was in a great position to get his hat-trick. He rolls it across it, 6-1. But thankfully, it's only the 5.
Well, when it has counted, at the start of each half and at the end of each half, Manchester United at the business end, they came out punching and they've finished firing. It's been a fantastic evening for their fans, and they've already put that 1-0 defeat against the Thailand All-Stars behind them. They will run out comfortable winners over the A-League All-Stars, and importantly, for players like Rio Ferdinand, for David Moyes, the new coach, for the players that have been here and seen it before, winning is everything for this club.
Winning, yeah, you're right, winning is everything. When you're a professional footballer, like I said earlier, you do not like getting beat. And getting a 1-0 defeat in Thailand would have hurt every one of them and the entourage that came with Manchester. And they'll have said, listen, it starts here tonight. This is where our pre-season begins. And sadly, the A-League stars have come up against a dominant Manchester United team off the back of a defeat, which is never a good thing. As we've seen in the Premier League, they've done it to so many teams.
Adnan Januzaj. Theo only punches it clear. He comes back with cleverly. Van Persie. Well, he's only been back for 4 days, but when you've got those skills, they stay with you. Anderson, well read by Ryan Grant, who made the interception. But he keeps snapping away for the ball. Gets it back through Lingard. Now Zaha again. Januzaj outside him. Oh, Zaha showing he's got a few party tricks of his own. Lingard back in. And now Januzaj.
Ladies and gentlemen, there will be a minimum of 3 minutes of time added on.
3 minutes of stoppage time, which we are into now. Januzaj accelerates into the area. Lingard now. Cleverly gets there first. Zaha again with the clever touch. Cleverly for Zaha. They're in behind them again here. Januzaj off the post.
Again, the quick feet and the intricate play between Lingard and Zaha. It's frightening. It's a defender's worst nightmare when you get players like them in your penalty area. There's nothing you can do.
He looks about 12 years old, Adnan Januzaj. He impressed a week ago. He's seen less playing time and less of the ball this evening, but he almost got his name on the score sheet anyway.
Listen, we've got to say the scoreline is 5-1, yeah, but the A-League All-Stars have not disgraced themselves one bit. They've taken it to Manchester United early on. They've got them, obviously they found themselves a 1-0 down, but they've tried to play football, and it's great to see the boys are having a go. They know what the event's about, and like you say, 5-1 hasn't really reflected the chances that the A-League All-Stars have had.
As Bridges closed down, back out to Karuska, who decided to go for the spectacular first time. He has it back again, Marcelo Karuska. Now Paul Eiffel. Can he produce something like he does for Wellington Phoenix? The ball in towards Williams. Top or Stanley. Is there time for one last attack for the All-Stars? It's given away. Jones is there again. He's been strong at the back all evening, the number 4 for Manchester United. Lovely turn, Januzaj looks back for Lingard. The referee will bring it back for the free kick.
You know, there was a lot of people in England that were very, very sceptical about the price tag that Manchester paid for Phil Jones from Blackburn Rovers a few years back.
He played briefly alongside Brett Emerton.
Exactly, and everybody was saying 15 million for this lad because he didn't play that many games. And another masterstroke. You know, he's been sensationally slotted in, and he's filled the boots of Vidic superbly.
Januzaj looking for Zaha. It's a lovely ball. Beats Chapman. Zaha still denied by Ryan Grant and Mike Theo. The 3 minutes of stoppage time are up. They come again. Manchester United one last time. The hard low cross cleared. Another chance though. Raphael left it for Anderson. Didn't read the play. The referee with a look at the watch and the final whistle. It's all over at the Olympic Stadium. David Moyes gets the first win of his new career as coach of Manchester United. Robert Van Persie was on the score sheet. Wilfried Zaha and Jesse Lingard impressed. There was a chance to see Ryan Giggs as well. Besart Berisha saved the honour of the A-League All-Stars in the 52nd minute, getting the locals on the score sheet. It's all finished here. Manchester United 5, the A-League All-Stars 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, stick around for the official presentation. We'll be coming up down the field in just a few moments' time.
And now the shirt swapping begins for those that have promised elsewhere. Wilfried Zaha was one of those that impressed. David Moyes has the smile back on his face. He said he only fully measured what the move to Manchester United meant when he came on this trip. And we're ready to head down to Zappers now, who's got some post-match interviews. Zappers, down to you.
Yeah, thanks, Robbie. Robin Van Persie with me. Robin, great for you to get a run tonight.
Yeah, it's been a while. So it's my first since almost 2 months. So it's good. I've been in training for 4 or 5 days, so it's good to get a half an hour.
How are the legs feeling? It's been a long week. Double sessions this week.
Yeah, a few, and it's been a hard week, but it's been a good week. First week of pre-season is always hard.
Pretty impressive display by the team tonight. Much better than what you saw in Thailand.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was good. All-Stars played well as well tonight. Credit to them. So I think it's been a good game with lots of goals.
Plenty of talk about your former teammate Cesc Fabregas perhaps joining the club. Would you love him to come along?
Yeah, of course. He's a great player.
Have you spoken to him?
No.
Thanks, Robin.
Cheers.
To just stretch out those legs, get rid of a bit of the rust over 2 months without a game. And also a great experience for the All-Star players, of course, who have been battling so hard this evening. They got their reward with the goal, and Michael Zappuni is with them now.
Thanks, Robbie. Brett, a fantastic night for football in this country tonight, wasn't it?
It was all about putting on a good show for the fans, and hopefully they enjoyed it. They got to see a world-class team tonight, and they showed exactly why they're one of the best teams in the world.
Your coach, James Postecoglou, Thomas, spoke about playing attacking football and entertaining football. There's certainly plenty of entertainment out there tonight.
Yeah, unfortunately